Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. Welcome to my recap of season 1, episode 1 of Love Is. So, before we jump into the episode, I wanted to just say a couple things. Number one, this is a spoiler alert. So, if for some reason you haven't had a chance to watch the first episode yet, go ahead and press stop now because I don't want to ruin it for you. But make sure that you come back and watch my video because I have a lot to say and I also want to know what you thought about the episode. So, go ahead and press stop if you haven't because this is a spoiler alert, but make sure and come back. The other thing that I wanted to say really quick is that if I take a little quick pause and I look down, I'm looking at my notes. There is so much in this episode to discuss. I wanted to make sure that I didn't forget anything, so I jotted some notes down. So just want to tell you that so you won't think like there's somebody beside me talking to me. I'm actually just pausing and looking down at my notes to make sure that I don't forget anything. So with that being said, let's jump into this recap of episode 1 of Love Is. So let me just say, I love this show. I'm already hooked. As Oprah would sing it out, I love this show. I thought it was really cool the way they started the show by showing us the couple in the future. And they are just the cutest couple, right? And I thought that was really cool because if you've watched any of the previews or read about the show, we do know that this couple just doesn't go straight to happily ever after. They go through a lot of obstacles. So I thought it was really cool that we already see them and see like how happy and cute and in love they are. So we know that although they're going to go through something, they're going to get to this. So I thought it was great the way that it started off. So, and again, I just love them. They were so cute. So the episode begins by Nasir and his friend going to I think it looks like a coffee shop. And the friend was actually going to meet, he called the girl light skin with long curly hair to see her. Well, she walks in, who we will learn that is Nuri, and I guess the friend got a little nervous, so he didn't say anything to her, and he gets up and walks away. When he walks away, Yasir goes over to her to meet her. They have what I thought was like this great connection, this great vibe. It was a really good conversation. And if you really paid attention to Nuri's face, I think she felt that way too. So when he walked away without even asking for her phone number or anything, she kind of looked, it was kind of like oh, okay, I guess. And so that was kind of the beginning of where they began. So I thought even seeing that was cool. So then we fast forward to a year later. And we go to where Nasir is with, looks like, I'm guessing it's his girlfriend, on again, off again girlfriend, and he's kind of at the table writing, and I mean, she walks in with an attitude, it's like she just woke up on the wrong side of the bed, and so he's all excited because he's like, I finally got the end, and she's like, I got the end too. If you don't get a job, we're done. And I'm like, I don't think that's what he meant. But it kind of shows you right then the dynamic. She's just frustrated with them. He's a struggling artist, trying to make it. And she's over it. She's way over it. So, and you can tell he's a little hurt, but he's still, he's trying to make this relationship work. So he pulls out 2 tickets to a concert. And you would think that, people would get excited. And she was just like, can I rub these tickets together and it make money, to give to my landlord? And he's like, our landlord. And she was like, my name is the only one on the lease. So, I mean, this girl is just, she's just over him and he's trying. So then he kind of runs after her. And it's just if you want me to leave, tell me to leave. But if not, be nice to me. And she just kind of looked at him and walked off. So that right there, and it's so weird because I'm not sure how I feel about that, because in my head, I'm thinking that she's wrong. He's trying, he's trying to work hard. He's trying to become, this famous writer, director. But on the other side, I'm like, he ain't got no job though. He don't have a job. She's the only one putting money. So it's really weird. And I have to wonder, how would I be in that situation? So I'm not really saying anything bad about her yet because I kind of see both sides. So then, we go to where, Nuri clearly has blown up. She's gotten her job as a writer. She's cut her hair off, and her coworkers are sitting there talking. And she said something that I think was really interesting. And it was interesting for a couple of reasons. One, because I know for a fact in my 20s I said the same thing, but she was just like, basically she has a good job, she's bought a home, so why shouldn't she think that a guy should match, where she is in her life. And then she even went as far as was like, I don't even see men if they have kids. So they were kind of doing a little banter back and forth, the crew, her work crew and everything. And so then they go into a meeting. And there is my boyfriend. Y'all know I was talking about Kadeem because he gave me all the feels. So he still gave me the feels when I saw him, because if y'all had checked out that outfit, like, he had his shirt button all the way up and then like the little gold herringbone. I was like, hey, Kadeem. But then he was mean. Like, when their ideas are wrong, he was like shooting them with, I think it's like Nerf balls. And so I'm not sure if Kadeem is still going to give me all the feels, because I don't think I like his character at all. So just that, that was that scene. And they were kind of going back and forth about that. So at that point, Nuri's dating like a lot of guys, which is funny to me, but I think it's okay. And she is at home in her bed, like sleep, and someone walks in. It's her mom, and she has a dude in the bed. I don't know about y'all, but if my mom ever walked in and with me and a dude in the bed, awkward. And so, it was just a little back and forth with her and her mom. And her mom was just like, basically, what are you doing? And then the poor guy, like, he's all in love. And she was like, I told you not to fall in love with me. And he's just like, basically like, I couldn't help it. But one small point about that, I don't know if you were paying attention, but the guy had on a Karl Kani t-shirt. And I know I said like in the other videos that this whole thing is set in the 90s. So it's giving you all this 90s vibe. So I was like, look at that, Karl Kani. Where is Karl Kani, by the way? But anyway, so her mom is kind of getting on to her and is like, telling her, about love and like, she's emotionally unavailable. Like they're just having this mother-daughter talk. And then her mom goes in to say, like, you don't have any furniture in your house. Like, what's up with that? So Nuri goes up and goes shopping. So as she's walking into this store, we see Yasir and his friend again. The friend now has a baby, and they both are like, is that girl? And they're, so he's like, let's go. And so they go look, and they're like, that's her. She's just cut her hair. So Nasir goes into the store and talks to her, and she does not remember him. Like you could tell, like he was trying to make her remember, and she's like, okay. Like she didn't remember who he was. But anyway, he invited her, like, on a date to a concert, and he wrote his number down and told her to call him. So when he walks out, she looks at like the cashier and was like, if a man is that confident, he can't be broke, right? And the lady's like, oh, he's probably a trust fund kid. And she's like, oh, okay. And then she's like, did he have on underwear? So let's pause for a minute. I understand that Nasir doesn't have any money, and I get it, but does he not have pants either? Like, he's literally walking in what looks like a busy part of town in like a long sleeve t-shirt and underwear. I was confused. And then the fact that his boy was walking with him and let him walk around with underwear on. So that was a little weird to me. But anyway, so then she's sitting down chatting with her friend Angela. Angela, I think, is going to be one of my favorite characters in the show. Angela just totally keeps it real, so I'm excited about her. So Nuri is going through like all the guys she's dating, and she says she has her TV takeout guy, her church first communion brunch guy, and then Derek, who I think is her main guy, her boyfriend, who's her whirlwind weekend until he's going to be her husband. And then someone brings her in mail, and she gets a letter from Nasir, and he basically is like, I think I may have missed your call, and he put in a newspaper clipping for the concert that he invited her to and the concert ticket. And so Angela looks at her and is like, just stop, throw him back in. She's like, it's women like you that are stingy that cause men like this to go to Asian women or white women. So Angela's like, break up, like, don't go out with him because you are going to ruin him. So she tells her to call him and, just cut the date off. So Nuri, calls him and asks to meet him, and she called. And here's the thing that I thought was interesting. Sorry, I know I'm jumping around, but he gave her the number to the house where he's living with his girlfriend, I guess, on again, off again. And so I'm like, dude, maybe a little too far. But anyway, Nuri calls the house and the girlfriend gives him the phone, and then they meet at this cafe, and they're having like a really good conversation. Well, they start having a conversation, and then she gives him the ticket back, and she's just like, I have daddy issues and all this stuff. And he's looking at her basically like, whatever, like, we're still going on a date. So long story short, she was really trying to not break up with him, but not go on the date with him. And so then he was kind of just like, well, you just keep the ticket and you come to the show. And then she was just like, well, who's going to take the other ticket? And he's like, I am. And he's like, we don't have to go together. And she's like, we're going to be sitting together. And he's like, we don't have to talk. And people don't really want you to talk anyway. So, I mean, Nasir is just really smooth, and like, I'm in love with him. So I feel like that he is just going to warm our hearts every week. But anyway, just to kind of wrap this up, because I feel like I'm kind of rambling. They literally sit in this coffee shop and they talk for hours. And it's like the best conversation. Like, you can tell they both want to be there. They're enjoying each other's company. And that really gave me the feels, because I've always said, like, I would love to meet, a guy like that. And we just have that much in common that we vibe with, that we can talk for hours. And so when they end it, they have like this moment, and they're talking about what would have happened in a year, and they both say I love you, and I'm just like, oh, just all the feels. And so they actually are getting put out of the place, and so they go out holding hands, which again, so cute, so sweet. Like, I'm just so in love with them. And Nasir like throws his jacket down and grabs her and kisses her, and I'm like, that's it. You would think that's it, they're in love, it's over. But I think we all know that it is not going to be that easy. So I hope you enjoyed this recap. I feel like I was rambling a little bit, but, as I've said before, this is new. I'm learning. And so I hope that I'll get better every week. And I hope you guys will come back every week to watch it. I'm going to put some questions in my Instagram just to kind of ask like what you guys thought about the show. And I also want you guys to comment in the comment section. Just tell me about the show. Like, what was your favorite part? I think for me, my favorite part, clearly, if you can figure that out, is when they were sitting in the cafe and just vibing and talking. Like, I just thought that was great. So share with me what your favorite part was. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. And again, hope you guys enjoyed it. I can't wait to next week. I mean, I'm in love with this show. I'm excited about this show. I can't wait to see where it goes. And again, I just want to thank you guys so much for watching this video with me. And I'll see you next week. Bye.